Howdy, everybody. Miriam's supposed to be here. She'll be here shortly. Anyway, I'm Chris. I'm one of the co-founders, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. And it is my responsibility to make sure that when it's time to start, we start. Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements like SALTT. Check this out. I made this. That are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that little bell icon, and you'll get notified every time we go live. And we have updates about our products, which we don't really have updates. But anyway, we'll be answering questions. Thanks so much for joining us on our keto journey. And yeah. Anyway, Mike says, love the shirt. Yeah, it's so we have a company that we use to make like hats that have the Keto Chow logo and stuff like that. And I was messing around a couple weekends ago, and they have a full print thing, a shirt, like a Hawaiian shirt. And I was like, I really want to make me a salty shirt. So I made it. And then I ordered one to see what it would look like. And there are some things that are wrong with it. So I'm going to fix that. And yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I can eventually get these on the website and people can order them. Anyway, Evelyn is here, says good morning. Dennis is really excited about the meetup on Saturday. Really likes the creamy with Keto Chow and loves Coco Loco. And the fact that I've got a salty shirt on should, a swage?
Swag?
Your fears that we're going to keep salty around. We are. Summer Chasing Gal is here. Marie is listening in at work. Summer Chasing Gal says it's 70s this week in Tulsa. Might break out the summer flavors.
Wow.
What?
Your side, our chair's in the wrong place.
That's because the cleaning people move them. So we
Stupid.
need to move that way.
I mean, they're not stupid. They're not stupid.
There we go. Cool. Anyway, Storm Chasing Gal does say howdy. Mike is here, says good morning. Rhonda says good morning, fellow Keto Chowers. Carrie is here. Hi, Carrie. And Chrissy says good morning, all. Everybody likes my shirt.
Cool.
And Nanu Pat says, I'd love to be able to add salty to my Keto Chow subscription. We're still working on that. The issue is we're trying to get, because we switched subscription engines, and we're trying to get the subscriptions back to working the way that they were before we switched. And then we can add salty to subscriptions. What?
Your way.
My way a little bit. Okay.
Yep.
Now we're going to do the hokey
there's your head all the way over there. Just
Okay.
lean one way.
Lean on me.
I should have been here on time. Sorry, guys.
Patricia says Happy President's Day.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm late. I was hanging out with the kids.
Carrie
Also,
says
I
I'm
make
so
Keto
salty.
Chow. Yeah, you are.
There was a bunch in the fridge.
Ninja Creamies.
Oh, okay. Ethel says good morning. Nice shirt. Let's see. Sabrina says I'm finally making it live again, listening while walking on the treadmill at the gym. Looking forward to receiving my salty and potato Keto Chow in the next day or so.
We had the cream of mushroom with cauliflower and
Cauliflower,
pork
mashed potatoes,
chops
and
last
pork chops.
night.
It was really good.
It was good.
Well, because everybody talks about a mushroom sauce for smothered pork chops, and I'm like, I can make one of those.
Yeah, it was really good.
I literally just mixed up the cream of mushroom soup, Keto Chow, with heavy cream, heated it up in the microwave. I would have liked it to be thicker, because it was pretty runny, but
it was fine.
It was me making that while I was setting the table. So
hey, it was amazing. Yeah,
Mike says things can go wrong with the shirt, like extra armholes. No, the back has a salty logo right on the collar.
It's not upside down if you go like if you look like this.
Yes, it's cut in half and it's upside down. So, as a proof of concept, it was pretty. It worked.
And it seems comfy.
Oh, it's super comfy. It also runs big.
Oh, so you could probably get a smaller one.
Yeah, or just be really comfy in this one.
It's really long. It's like Chris is wearing a dress.
No, it's not. Sonia says, good morning, Coco Loco and coffee for the win this morning.
I had orange salty this morning.
Visual Keto says, ear hustling from the Vision Center.
Hello.
Donna says, weather looks permitting for travel to the meetup.
Yes, the meetup is this weekend.
It's this weekend. Yep, we're looking forward to that. RW wants a corn-flavored Keto Chow for corn chowder, cornbread, and corn chips.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of like corn extracts and stuff that taste really good.
So the beef soup base would probably fit that with a corn extract. I'm not sure how well a corn-flavored Keto Chow would sell. But also, I wasn't sure how well a potato-flavored Keto Chow would sell, and that's what Serious Keto wanted to make. So.
And did you guys see these? Did you already talk about these yet?
We haven't. I'm still just saying hi to people. These have been great. I had been taking 3 of the magnesium capsules every night. Now I'm taking 4 of these in the morning and 4 of these at night. Except I forgot them this morning because I was distracted. But I've been really liking these. And one thing that I did notice, Denise earlier on an earlier live stream, she's like, "Can you make them distinctive from each other?" If you look very closely at these, they have little tiny green flecks from the copper, and to me they look like the Winto Green Lifesavers.
Oh yeah, the
little green stuff.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
but it's tiny.
Yeah, they're very tiny. So I can tell them apart from the magnesium ones, and in the past I've mostly been using the magnesium and now the daily minerals. So I'm really liking these as well as
one more scoop.
One more scoop.
One more scoop.
Okay. Anyway.
Just get your face over here by me.
Really liking the SALTT daily capsules. Let's see. People saying hi to Rick Wynn. Hi, Rick Wynn. Cynthia's here from sunny Lakeland, Florida. We are going to Orlando in 34 days.
I'm so excited. It's spring break, so we're bringing our kids.
Lady Lassalot says, celebrating my birthday today, so could you please sing to me?
Yes.
No. Yes. What? Wait, what's just Milady Lassalot?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Milady Lassalot. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Milady Lassalot. Happy birthday to you. Yay! It's the little kids. You always have to clap afterwards.
Good job.
Anyway, True Health is here from Massachusetts, where it's sunny. Mike says, my advice is to wash it a few times before you decide it's too long. That's a good point. Good. Yeah. Risa says, hello, everyone. Yvonne says, I love the daily mineral capsules. I take them in the evening, but took them one morning on an empty stomach, and it gave me a bit of a stomachache. Interesting. Okay, because I've been taking mine in the morning on an empty stomach.
I have taken them on an empty stomach. It didn't have a problem. But everybedy's different. And thank you for the feedback.
Yeah. True Health says, any ideas how to make Keto Chow core less like a mousse in the creamy? Anyone tried beef gelatin? I
haven't, but that's a good idea.
Yeah, I haven't had it mix up like a mousse in the creamy before.
It just mixes a lot thinner than the other Keto Chows.
Fewer respins.
Yeah, I only just spin it one time, and that seems to work good for me. But it is a little more soft-servy than the others, so I agree with you.
Yep. So, Rhonda said, will you still have the electrolyte drops now that you have the SALTT caps? So we are going to go to...
I have an answer.
Oh, I've got an answer too. Check this out.
Fine.
We go to learn.
See your answer.
We go to Keto Chow blog.
Bloggy blog blog.
Blog blog blog. We go to the introducing SALTT daily capsules. And...
he answers it 2 times.
Here we go. We also announced that we would be gradually transitioning all of our Keto Chow electrolytes over to the SALTT brand. Same products, just with different names and a different logo. To answer your question, are you going to keep X around? Yes. Same products, just with different names and a different logo.
Yep, but this is new, so that's
yes,
why.
That is very
This is the first time we've ever had this. It never was under the Keto Chow.
Yeah. And the answer on that blog post was a little tongue-in-cheek because a lot of people were like, hey, ooh, don't take stuff away from me.
I get that.
I want to keep that. Please don't take it away. And so I wanted to preemptively answer that question as best as possible. So there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, wise guy, hey?
Yeah. How come my teeth look so yellow today?
It's kind of yellow, the lighting. And oh, well, there's an orange wall over there.
So cute.
We're changing around the office stuff, and the walls in here got painted orange, so it's definitely got a warm cast to it.
So I feel like I have yellow teeth now. Why do I have makeup on my face?
I don't know.
How did that happen?
Janice says, mine should come tomorrow. I'm having patella surgery tomorrow for a severe fracture.
Oh my goodness.
I hope you get better.
We'll keep you in our prayers. I'm sorry.
Uncle Big Guy says, howdy y'all. Hi, Chris and Miriam. I've been depressed for 3 weeks after finding out no more root beer. Hopefully you can bring them back occasionally. The only one I drank 2 when I tried it.
Oh.
I would like root beer to come back too.
Yeah,
the problem
I
was
like
the
root beer
sales
too.
just weren't very good on it.
Just get some root beer extract and use vanilla.
Yes, that would be a good idea.
Also mix it with some diet cream soda.
Oh,
yummy.
Malay Lost a lot says it's Andy. Can't believe you forgot.
Yeah,
but that's not what your name says.
Yes.
And when I'm in
Sorry,
here and
Andy.
I'm just doing stuff, it's like I don't want to make a mistake.
We heard it today on 2 Crazy Ketos.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, I may not have been on at that point.
You probably
actually.
were in your meeting you were supposed to be in.
Yes.
Unlike me, who was at home not being in a meeting where I was supposed to be.
On Monday mornings, I come and go because there are a bunch of morning meetings. And so, Wanda's here from cool Houston, Texas. Lynn's here as well. Let's see. Air Fry and Andy just joined.
Hello.
What are we keeping or not taking away? We're not getting rid of any of the Keto Chow branded electrolytes. We are just changing their names. Eventually. It's going to take a while to rebrand them all. Yeah. Oh, one other thing that we now have on the website, got them on Friday. If you go to the supplements and you go to the flavored electrolytes, and you wait for the thing to load, there you go.
Wait for it.
Down here is the SALTT Sampler 5-pack, and for some reason it doesn't change
What?
to the...
Wow.
Wow. Now I'm going to get to the end and then go around the bend.
You are.
Almost there. This is so much fun. There it is.
Look how pretty in color order it is.
People keep asking, saying, hey, do you have a 5-pack of... a smaller sample pack. Yes, we do. Added it to the site on Friday. And if you go to salty.com, you shop all.
Then you go surfing.
You go surfing. This one actually, when you click on it, it does change.
Good job.
So, yeah, that's available now on both
If you just
Keto
want a
Chow
little
and on
taste.
Salty.
Or if you want to send some to a friend and you don't want to send them a whole 30-pack.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Because it's super cheap. Sheepy.
In summer.
Summer.
Anyway, so yeah, that we posted that on Friday. Rhonda says, when all else fails with flavors, extracts, and flavorings with the vanilla, always
It totally works. And then you can just really play with it. And then you're like, oh, I made myself something fancy.
That's right. Speaking of fancy, do you guys like my haircut? Miriam did it.
Yeah. I actually really like this gray streak right there.
Oh.
It's so distinguished.
And it also depends on the lighting, but it is there.
I can see it.
Let's see,
I
Malay
got
Layoff.
Sam's hair too. He looks like a boy now instead of just a giant mop of hair.
We were sitting there yesterday morning getting ready to go to church. And I'm like, dude, your hair is messy. He's like, I know, Mom needs to cut it.
I'm like, But see, he fights me on cutting his hair, so
Yeah.
I just finally just said I don't care. When he decides he's annoyed with it, he'll let me know.
It's true.
And then yesterday when I was cutting it, he was like, I don't care, just not as tiny as Dad's hair. I'm like, okay.
Super.
So I just,
I can comb my hair
Cut
in
it.
like under 5 seconds.
yeah, he didn't want to have to comb it at all.
Oh. Well, then you just buzz.
Yeah, but I don't want him to look really gross.
Okay.
I want him to look nice.
Okay. Well, Malay Last Lot says, love you guys. We'll see you again at Keto Palooza. Yes, indeed we will. Are you coming to Orlando then?
Yes.
Okay.
And Keto Palooza.
And Keto Palooza. Cool.
And
Sean
Sam's
says,
coming to Orlando.
sweet. I learned I really like the clean slate. The clean slate is interesting.
Yeah, I like it too.
And we have a lot.
I need to just throw a bunch in my purse.
We have quite a few people who will, well, and I need to do a blog post about the different ingredients that are in Salty, because we've had a couple of people who are like, you need to get rid of the acacia gum. I'm like, and use what instead?
Maltodextrin.
Because the alternative, like some other electrolyte companies use, is maltodextrin. You have to use something to make the flavor be a powder.
Yes.
And acacia gum it's cool because it, number one, allows you to mix butter into the Coco Loco, which is freaking amazing, or heavy cream or some other source of fat. and have yourself a hot chocolate with it, so it's a little creamy. But also it feeds your gut bacteria, and it's not maltodextrin. But some people are like, I don't want any gums. I'm like, okay. They're like, and I don't want any natural flavor. I'm like, okay. And I don't want any sweetener. Guess what we got?
Clean slate.
We got the clean slate. And it's funny because the clean slate is very, very similar to the electrolyte drops, but it does have more sodium than the electrolyte drops do. So, anyway, yeah.
What do you think about going blonde?
Who, me or you?
Me.
Oh, you can go blonde.
Because look, this darkness keeps throwing it
I
out.
actually, was it a couple of nights ago, we were sitting there getting ready for bed, and I was looking at your hair, and I'm like, did you go to the hair place and get your hair made blonde? And it was just the lighting.
Yeah.
But it was, well, and still,
it does,
right
like,
now,
the
it's
red
very,
fades into the blonde.
this lighting, it looks very red. But this side right here, it looks super blonde coming from that window.
It does have blonde highlights. So, yeah.
So I was talking to someone, and another guy said, what does your wife think about how you do your hair? And he said, I don't say anything about her hair. Why would she have any say in mine? I thought it was pretty funny.
I have been thinking about your cheeks a lot.
Okay.
A little shave right there, just a little.
Trim it up.
Yeah,
I was going to
this
do
little-
that,
this
but
little- the ones that are like, hello.
yeah. Anyway, so Shauna likes the clean slate. Mike says, great idea to have the smaller sample pack.
Yes.
Let's see, Rhonda
Please
says, get a
send it
mohawk.
to all your friends.
I have never had a mohawk. This
This
is
is
as
close
close as I've
close
ever
as
had
it
to a
gets.
mohawk. Martin says maltodextrin is the work of the devil. It's
Right.
the devil, Billy.
It is so devilly.
Shauna says, I love mixing butter with Coco Loco or the caramel vibes, so nice and
Yes.
warm and
I have
comforting.
not done that yet. I need to do that. But I have added the caramel, I think, to Keto Chow core chocolate, and
Yeah.
that was good.
Marie says clean slate is good in coffee too.
Yes.
The funny thing about the clean slate is it was literally an afterthought. We had the 8 flavors, and we were ordering the powdered electrolytes. And I was like, well, actually, we should do
What
one
about
that doesn't
an
have any
unflavored
flavor. And I'm like, I felt so dumb that I hadn't thought of that before. And I'm really glad that we included it, because so many people are like, I want the unflavored one. And it would have been really sad if we didn't have it. So I'm glad that we got it. But
Yes,
it's so funny that it was literally an afterthought.
Because we were thinking about flavors.
We were. And we had the unflavored electrolytes already.
Yep.
And we had electrolyte capsules, and we had all this other stuff. And it hadn't occurred to me up until that point that I was like, maybe people want it unflavored, and I'm so glad that we did. Sharon is here. This is afternoon, peeps. Sharon says, will the salty electrolytes be available for subscription soon? I don't know what your definition of soon is. We're working on it.
We're working on it.
We
so
have to,
soon is relative.
We have to fix the subscription engine.
Yes.
There are some problems that we're still running into.
Hopefully soon.
but
We'll let you know when that happens. Though.
Yeah. I actually started poking and messing around with it last Friday because we were going to have a meeting with the people who run the subscription program, the actual software, to talk about all the problems that we've been having, to try and get all that figured out. So anyway, we're working on it. Gina says, good morning, everyone. Karen says, hi, you too.
Hi, Karen.
And everyone else. This is, I did mix butter into my Coco Loco for 10 days, just as if it were bulletproof coffee.
Nice.
Karen wants to try the Coco Loco next. Deborah says, my son loves the mango. I have to hide some for myself.
Yeah, that's our son's favorite too, Sammy. And
he likes the mango.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I just got him a whole handful, and I'm like, Sam, these are for you and everyone else.
Well, and I lately have been taking some, because we have a drawer that has keto bricks and
it's really
Element
full drawer
and
of stuff.
Redmond Relight and a lot of salty. We haven't been taking down the Element and the the Relight very
I
much.
did have Relight, though, this weekend. We went on a date to the RV show.
Yes.
That was here, and it was raining. And it was so funny. We went out to Texas Roadhouse.
Yep.
And then we got there at, 5 o'clock?
Yeah, we got there almost exactly at 5 p.m.
And we walked through like 3 trailers. And then all of a sudden it was like
more than
8:30. And I'm like, what the crap?
And then it was 10.
So we had so much fun. We weren't even paying attention.
5
The time went
hours.
by. And that's a lot of stepping up into trailers.
Oh, yeah. I got
and RVs
13,000
and
steps.
Fifth wheels. And I got so thirsty. I'm like, Chris, go buy me a drink. And so he got me a water. And then I found a Relight in my backpack.
So we filled it back up.
So I filled it up and put that in there and drank that down.
The funny thing is, they didn't have bottles of water. They only had giant cans of water. And so to mix up the Relight, and we like Relight, it doesn't mix very well.
We love it. Yeah, that's true. It was a little salty.
And so after we added it in there, I sat there and we walked around for like 10 minutes. And trying to stick my thumb over the opening to try and shake it up, and it kept getting on my hand. But
it was funny. It was nice, though, to have.
Oh, but what I was saying, I've been taking a couple handfuls of the SALTT and bringing it upstairs, and it's just on my night table.
Okay.
Because I have a giant 32-ounce 1-liter bottle.
Yeah.
And I will put 2 Salties in there.
Yeah.
Mix it up, and it just now lives on my night table. And if I get thirsty, I drink that, and it's fantastic. And I've been going through probably one of those bottles full every 2 days.
Yeah. No, that's
So
good.
in addition to everything else, and it really helps when you have a headache at night, or you wake up and you're like, man, I'm thirsty. Anyway.
Ruth said she woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning with a headache. And I'm like, did you have some SALTT? No, I just drank an entire water bottle.
It's like, almost like we made this product for ourselves, and you guys can have it too, but let's see. Okay, Storm Chasing Gal wants to know when the spring flavors are going to be coming out. As soon as they're ready, and not before then.
That's true. Also, we need to have them in-house. Mm-hmm. So that will make a difference.
And literally, we don't have them right now. Mm-hmm. In fact, we were waiting on one of the flavors to be, the packaging had to be redone to the version 3.
Dumb.
And so we're waiting on it to be printed right now.
We'll get there. Because you know what? Spring is coming too.
Yep. Let's see. Bobby says, am I the only one who thinks the caramel smells like coconut?
Oh,
the smell does not match the taste. It's very good. It just confuses my brain. There are a couple of few that the smell and then the taste are not the same. Yeah,
I totally feel that.
Lynette is here. Bob says it's going to be 75 here in Arizona. Going to make lemon meringue keto chow ice cream.
Wow, can you go out and tan? Ooh, that sounds nice.
B Plazas wants to know, will we be making SALTT sweetened with sucralose in the future? I don't think so. The issue with that is I prefer it. I prefer sucralose, period.
Yep.
And if we made it, it would mostly be a shameless appeasement for myself. I'm okay with the flavor of the stevia. Mm-hmm. It tastes better than any stevia I've ever had. The problem is the people who fight us on the sucralose, I don't want to keep fighting that battle with this new product. And we're with the flavored powdered electrolytes, we're going for a larger market and trying to educate people on sucralose is not the devil. Is difficult and time-consuming, and I've kind of thrown in the towel as far as the electrolytes went. So when we added a flavoring, when we added the sweetener to the electrolytes for the powder, I wanted to go for something that we would not have to fight that battle so much. And so doing it with stevia has been more accepted by the market than doing it with sucralose. It would be interesting to do it with monk fruit, but a lot of the countries... Well, Miriam just sent some keto bricks to one of our friends. That's fun.
Dang it.
Maybe you should...
I'll contact them and change it.
Yeah, anyway. This is what happens when you order while we're doing a live stream. But yeah, so I would love to have salty with sucralose. I'm unwilling to fight that battle though. So there you go. We're already fighting a battle where people are like, you need to get rid of the natural flavors. And I'm like, well, would you prefer we use artificial flavors? Because there's really not a difference. And it's because people associate, there's been a lot of companies using the term natural flavors to hide ingredients that they don't want to disclose. We're not doing that, but that's what's happening. And if you use artificial flavors, they get mad about that as well. It seems to be the people who don't want natural flavors, their only acceptable flavoring is powdered fruit juice, which is very high in carbohydrates and sugar, so we're not going to do that. But we do have the clean slate, which does not have any sweetener and which does not have any flavors to it either. So anyway, this is a great question. B plazas. Sharon says, sounds great. I'm patient. This is the first electrolyte that is perfect for my taste. Rhonda says, Keto Brick just released a new icing flavored brick.
That's what I just did. Yeah. So I read that comment while Chris was talking. And then I ordered the Keto Bricks immediately because that's like my favorite flavor and they haven't had it in a long time.
What,
and
the
I didn't notice.
Okay.
Well, that and the Bell's brownie batter. But they haven't had it in a long time. So I'm like, oh crap, I got to buy that. So I'm like, oh, I'll just buy it real quick with Shop Pay. But I had somebody else's address in the Shop Pay address. So then it showed up and it's like, oh, that's not my address.
You might just want to have them cancel the order.
I'm just texting or
emailing them.
Yeah.
Did you reply to the confirmation email?
I just did the contact us.
Okay. Replying to the confirmation email is usually better, just from our point of view, because it has the order number and everything.
Oh, I see.
Don't delete it. Copy it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Risa says, my chow box is coming on Wednesday. You can do whatever you want. From my point of view, from customer service, just reply to the order confirmation email, and then it's all there. Anyway, Risa says, I can't wait for the giant bag of raspberry cheesecake I'm using at my single-serve bags. All this weekend, I had Ninja Creamies made with a raspberry cheesecake, and it was delicious. Delicious. Kathy is here. Hi, Kathy. Too Crazy Keto says, hey, everyone. Evelyn. Evelyn is here also. Let's see. People saying hi. Mike says sucralose hate is strong. Yeah. I know. Rhonda says stevia or sucralose is fine. Please don't use aspartame or any other products. Severe allergy in it. Yeah, it's we're not planning on using Ace K or aspartame. And it's funny to me, actually it's interesting to me how many people think that stevia raises blood glucose. And I have never, ever seen stevia, pure stevia. I'm not talking about the stuff that's cut with maltodextrin because that absolutely will raise your blood sugar. And I think that that's where the misperception or the misinformation is coming from, because you can, like the stevia in the raw product that you can buy, maybe it's that one. There's a couple of stevias that are just maltodextrin with stevia so that you can measure it like sugar. They are technically sugar-free, but they're very high in carbohydrates. And that will absolutely raise your blood glucose. But I just kind of blink and look really puzzled every time somebody says stevia raises blood sugar. I've never seen that, not once. And maybe there are people out there that it does. My understanding is if you're using pure stevia, what'll actually happen is your cephalic insulin response will actually think, because there's something sweet, it doesn't matter what it's sweetened with, there will be a release of some insulin and it will actually bring your blood sugar down because of that insulin response. So, Vaughn says, I'm allergic to radwig and most stevia is super bitter to me. Thankfully, the stevia core and salty is not. Nice. Shauna says, Miriam, I've done that a few times after sending things to friends using Shop.
Well, I'd never put another person's address into Shop Pay until this morning, which I literally did like 20 minutes before I got here.
Oh, and that's why it was.
And that's why it was in there. So I just was like, try to click, click, click. And I didn't realize it would default because I didn't know that there was not a default address because I always have had my address be there. And I'm like, whoops.
Well, Susanna is here, and Rhonda also loves the brownie batter brick.
Yes.
Amelia says, did I miss Chris modeling his shirt? No, it's like...
It's very shirty.
It's
Looks
very
like
shirty.
You need a cleaner undershirt there.
I do. When you have an old undershirt and a new clean shirt.
Ooh, that looks old.
Karen says, I got to take Mr. Bojangles to the groomer. See you later. Rhonda says, stevia powder doesn't spike glucose. Pure brand has no additives, just stevia only. Okay. Yeah, and this shirt was a one-time. I made the design, ordered it to see what it would look like. Actually, like, here it is, and I found a bunch of issues. So I'm like, well, for version 2, I would definitely change that. So anything else you wanted to talk about now that you've...
Now that I've just been spent the whole live stream ordering Keto Brick.
No, it wasn't the whole time.
It actually was really easy to just go to the confirmation email. Yeah. But I sent 2, so they can be like, well, I'll just mark that as done.
Well, and that's what we recommend to people. If you've ordered Keto Chow and you have a problem with your order, by far the best thing to do is find the order confirmation email, reply to that.
Because then the order number's in there, and we can look it up by name, and that usually works, but then we have to find, like, go to the name and then find the date so that we can find which one you're talking about.
And sometimes people order from a different email address.
Yeah, and then that's even confusing too.
There was a person on the Two Crazy Ketos Facebook group that was saying that they had placed an order, but they couldn't find it, but they had taken a screen capture. And a bunch of people, actually maybe that was on the our Keto Chow Facebook support group. Anyway, I said, hey, maybe you place the order with a different email address, because that happens. Yeah. And then the order confirmation email would have gone to a different one as well. Right. Regardless, our customer service team can look it up. Yeah. And
because by name it'll have all the different email addresses too.
And a lot of times people will accidentally hit an extra key when they're typing in their email address. And then it just goes to nowhere.
Right, it literally does because it doesn't exist.
Yep. So, and then they have to find it, and we change your email address, and then it works out really good.
Yeah.
So.
But they love helping people, so it's all good.
Yeah, Carrie says Keto Chow customer service is the bestest. They've helped me out a lot.
Thank you.
Amelia says thank you. It's cute. So, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about this morning? I mean, we've got the meetup coming up this Saturday.
Yes, we're so excited for the meetup.
So on the Keto Chow YouTube channel.
Make sure you log into
It's already scheduled.
Make sure you make plans to come out here this weekend and see me.
Or just watch the live stream.
We'll go get Utah burgers together.
Dave Feldman and Christy Davis from the Keto Village are going to be here.
Yeah.
Dave Feldman, he actually contacted me yesterday, and he was like, hey, I've got some stuff that's come up on Saturday morning. Is there, do we have plans for Saturday morning? And I'm like, no, actually, we deliberately didn't plan anything because I figured that you would need to work and do stuff. Yep. He's like, oh, that's great. I'm like, well, we probably will meet at some point to go get Utah burgers for lunch. And he's like, hashtag Utah burgers forever. And I'm like,
yeah. Yes, we will. Utah burgers.
Bobby wants to know, has anyone tried the chocolate mint keto brick?
Yes.
What did you think of it?
Like it fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I do like it fine. I like it. I don't know why. I just really like that chocolate Bell's brownie batter. I think it's because it's like a rich chocolate, deeper chocolate sound. It sounds deeper.
Okay.
And then.
I haven't put the link, the YouTube link for the meetup. It'll be. Someone wanted to know if it's going to be streamed. Yes, it's going to be streamed. Mm-hmm. It will be on the low carb events page. The actual, I'll embed it. Sorry, you were talking about keto brick.
It's fine.
Chocolate mint.
I like chocolate mint and chocolate peanut butter. Lynette's favorite, I think, is chocolate peanut butter. I have most of them, most all of them. Okay. And I just go from flavor to flavor. I just like those.
Flavor.
Which is funny because the icing one is kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Like you taste it and you're like, whoa, I can see why you call this icing. And of course, like when you do keto, your taste changes. And so if you don't have a lot of sweet things, then boy, they taste sweet.
I remember the first time I tried a keto brick, I was like, whoa!
Oh, that's super salty.
And now
yeah.
it tastes fine. Rhonda points out that one of the keto bricks uses a pea protein and does not like that one.
Oh, that's right. What is that one? That's the newest one that they just launched, right? Not the icing, the one that they launched last time.
Maybe.
Yeah, I like it fine.
Call me maybe.
Call me maybe. There's a couple that do have the macadamia nut as a base also, the macadamia oil.
Okay.
And I don't like those ones as much either. But I just kind of switch from thing to thing to thing, whatever I feel like at the time.
As long as you stick with me. Bobby says, thank you, and I love the brownie one and the malt. I've been wanting to try the mint. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we need to get you to work. You've got email you need to take care of. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We'll be doing our longer live stream
tomorrow
night.
And then also this Saturday, tune in.
This Saturday.
If you're not coming to have Utah Burgers with me.
And the live stream should be starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time, or 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time this Saturday. So, yeah.
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 Have a great day.
Bye, everybody.
You are so appreciated.
Okay.